Hello everyone, welcome to my Journalism of the Heart news channel. The story for today is appearing on Sunrise. Barnaby Joyce claimed the New South Wales floods were a 1 in 3500-year event. Host, Natalie Barr didn't mince her words in her reply, speaking about the government's response and claims the community were not adequately supported during the natural disaster. Mr. Joyce claimed ministers were unable to plan for that 1 in 3500-year event. This comes as the federal government has been heavily criticised for failing to deliver ADF personnel, resources and food to New South Wales residents left reeling and displaced after the disaster. If there are problems we will find them and fix them, he said, speaking to Kevin Hogan, a Nationals minister based in Lismore. Just before this is a 1 in 3500-year event for his area in Lismore, said Mr. Joyce. It is beyond something that is naturally able to be planned for. This is monumentous. This is Diluvian. Want a streaming service dedicated to news? Flash lets you stream 25+ news channels in one place. New to Flash? Try 1 month free. Offer ends the 31st of October 2022. Greater than. However, Ms. Barr disagreed with Mr. Joyce's comments. She and co-host David Koch countered Mr. Joyce's comments with statistics from New South Wales Premier, Dominic Perrottet and the Mayor of Ballina Shire Council, Sharon Cadwallader, who said the Northern Rivers floods range from being a 1 in 1,000-year to 1 in 500-year event. Barnaby, this whole 1 in 100, 1 in 100 or 1 in 3,000, sounds to most people to be BS, she said. Ms. Barr and co-host David Koch said the government needed to enact better measures to prepare for flooding. This included quicker integration of Australian Defence Force members to help aid the recovery effort and systems to redirect funding to affected communities. I think we need to drop all that stuff, don't we? It can happen, so what are we doing about it, said Mr. Koch. To date, the federal and New South Wales governments have released a joint $435 million package for flood-hit communities. This includes grants of up to $75,000 for primary producers and $50,000 for small businesses and not-for-profit organizations. A $120 million package has also been implemented for the cleanup effort. Small businesses and employees will also be able to access $1,000 disaster relief payments and 13 weeks of income replacement. Mr. Joyce doubled down on his initial comments and said, "I will either listen to the member for Western Sydney or listen to the local member who lives there." The floods were 2.1 meters above anything we've ever known about in the history of Australia. That's not something I hope would happen every 10 years, he said, visiting communities in the flood-affected town of Lismore on the weekend. New South Wales Premier Dominic Perrottet said the government's priority is now on providing access to care, support and essential supplies. Currently, 5 people have lost their lives in the floods, which also destroyed more than 2,000 homes and businesses. We're doing everything that we can, we're getting supplies in, we're getting food in, he said. There are logistic difficulties with all of this, but it is all hands on deck to get the clean-up done, to get supplies in, and that's happening right now. Mr. Perrottet has also asked the federal government for 5,000 Australian Defence Force troops to assist with the clean-up. From Lismore to Ballina to smaller towns like Korakai and Woodburn, which we have just been able to get access to yesterday, he continued. This is going to be a major operation to get our communities back on their feet, and we're going to put everything into it. Residents across New South Wales were warned that catchments and floodwaters in sodden areas could rise again on Monday and Tuesday. Offering no reprieve from heavy rains, severe weather warnings were issued for the Metropolitan and Greater Sydney, as well as the Mid-North Coast, and Illawarra. That is all for today news. Thank you for watching to my channel. Please be sure to leave your comment and subscribe below for more news update.